Hey traders, Mike here with the watch list video for Thursday, May 11th. Make sure I got that right. Yeah, the SPY is kind of just inside of its recent range. Had CPI today, but 5-minute candles to show you. It gapped up, sold off, and then ended up making its way almost back to the highs. There's no direction in it. It's just choppy. I am proud of this call that I made. MVST was on the morning gap playlist and looked about like this when I gave the over 170 idea. You know, you had sellers come in at the on the gap up, and you had the 200-day above. I pointed that out as well. I have to bring over a different chart that has the 200-day under that purple line. So my thinking was back through 170. The 200-day was at, I don't know, 185 or something. But a lot of times that'll act as a magnet, especially as we take out the high of day and all the shorts that came in have to cover, right? It ended up going, by the way, way higher than that. Going, let's just scoot this over. You can see what it did. That's what it's called, exceeding expectations, and never even came back and tested 170 at all. Even, but in this parabolic move, that's always a great place to take some off the table. I talk about that all the time. Whenever you have upside shape, sell some, right? All right, anyway, not a lot of action today. UPST, what are we watching for tomorrow? Gapped up, closing a little bit off its highs, but that goes on follow-through watch tomorrow. ADXN, let me zoom in a little bit here. You can kind of see the volume spike in it, and topped out at exactly $1. So that makes that one a little bit interesting through $1 tomorrow. ACOR just goes back on long watch, put in a quiet inside day. I'm going to keep that one on long watch. OMH had this crazy move, then the huge gap down, creating a whole bunch of bag holders the next day. But then today gapped down and closed above its open. So maybe buyers are starting to step in. Here's the intraday if you weren't in chat. We had a couple halts in here, I think. But certainly worth, the way it can move, certainly worth keeping an eye on as a day trader. XMTR, nice breakout today. Pretty strong close. TCRX. Had this crazy day yesterday that it's not an error tick. It actually went up over 6 before closing below 350, and today gapped up and held up pretty darn well. Matter of fact, just near the end, it kind of gave a little bit back, but it was over 5 there, really close to the end of the day. So this one is holding up really well and had what I think was amazing news yesterday. So I wasn't surprised to see it gapping up today. I was surprised that it came down as much as it did yesterday. But certainly worth keeping a close eye on for an A+ intraday setup. GRWG, nice little breakout today. We're going to see if that gives a follow through. I kind of think that's a pot stock, but I'm not 100% positive. HCDI had a crazy move, closing way off its highs, but they did actually have news, and there's like a 500,000 in the float or something. So if you're a day trader, keep that one on a chart. VYGR, big breakout yesterday. Today, kind of a quiet inside red day. We're looking for a third day play there. TRVN. Big rip 3 sessions ago, a couple days lower on declining volume and a pretty narrow range today. So there's a fairly handsome setup for a potential bounce play tomorrow. We'll see if we get an A+ setup. CXAI, I don't even really like it anymore. This green line is the 60 day, but it's basically very close to where the 50-day is. So after this big move, then the secondary move, it's worked its way down. What do we have, like 7, 8 days in a row red? Finally hit the 50-day. But I don't know. I don't really like it anymore. But when I started putting it on bounce watch, like back here, and it's just red days ever since. So now it's like I can't look away. I gotta watch it and see if it gives an A+ setup one of these days. Again, if the AI plays go, you know, and then this thing gets a little volume, you might get the crowd saying, "Oh, here goes CXAI again," because it's still in everyone's recent memory. So for that reason, I'll keep it on the chart. But it's not looking very good. And then I'm going to put TS and Tyson Foods back on watch. Just another red day. Looking for a snapback bounce in this one. A couple comments. Disney reported after hours. I'm not sure where it closed, but it's trading at 96.62 right now. Well, here's a daily. Closed at 101.14, 96.50-ish right now. And a couple maybe worth mentioning. These aren't on my list, but I'm just mentioning them because I'm here. Beyond Meat closed at 12.48. It's trading at 13.64. And I think that's after announcing an offering, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe one to watch. And Grill, GRIL, closed at 146. Is trading at 165. Was up almost maybe 190 earlier. All right, that's enough. I mean, I'm not. If these are gapping in the morning, they may make our morning gap playlist. If not, then who cares, right? All right, that's it for me. I'll see everybody in the chat room in the morning.